Hey guys, okay, let me turn this way so I have a little light on me. There we go. Welcome to Punky's Pro Wrestling. I had to update you on the Sabu situation. A lot's been said, a lot's been going on. So, this is my update. Now, understand something. Welcome to Punky's Pro Wrestling. This is an update on the Sabu situation. The ongoing situation with his death, cause of death, and the controversy surrounding his last match. His retirement match was 3 weeks before his death. It was on April 18th. And yeah, he got hurt. The day of that match, Sabu told Joey Janela, if you believe Joey Janela, that his feet were bleeding and his knees were locked. And his people were saying he can't walk. And so they thought they were going to have to put someone else in the match. They were just calling it another Sabu no-show, which doesn't sound like it was. Sabu wanted to be there. And so Sabu's people, he did get to the arena. Sabu's people gave him kratom, which sent him off the wall. For those of you who don't know, and I did a little research, I've heard of it before and have looked it up before, but I didn't remember. Kratom is a tropical tree plant that grows in Cambodia and other parts of Southeast Asia, and it's native to Cambodia. It is a stimulant in lower doses. In higher doses, it actually becomes sedative. It has two active ingredients, mitragenine and 7-hydroxymitragenine. It's mitragynyne, mitragenine. And those are the two things that are psychoactive. It has a lot of side effects. Excuse me. Nausea, vomiting, poor appetite, tachycardia, which is elevated heart rate, drowsiness, anorexia, insomnia, liver or hepatotoxicity, which means liver, seizure, and hallucination. These aren't good things to be having going into a wrestling match. I'm sorry. What ignorant fool gave it to him just before getting in the ring is what I want to know. His people just wanted him to wrestle. I guess he did use it regularly. And I guess some wrestlers do use it as part of their workout. It's a legal drug, although the FDA would like to make it illegal. Excuse me. RVD uses it regularly. Hannibal from Hannibal TV. I have very little. Hannibal is, I don't like it. I don't like what happened to him, but I don't like him. So. Now, Joey Janela changed his story. That's why I said, if you believe Joey Janela. In the beginning, before Sabu passed away, he said Sabu was knocked unconscious. If you recall, in my video about Sabu's death, I talked about that match. And the fact, I thought it was a few days before, but it wasn't. It was a couple of weeks before. And the fact that, oh, excuse me, Sabu had a horrible fall. I will put my Sabu video up here in the cards. And he said, after he passed away, he said, no, he wasn't really knocked out, which was it. And why were his feet bleeding? I know why his knees locked up. He's got arthritis. But why were his feet bleeding? Excuse me. Now, one of the problems, apparently, according to RVD, and he was good friends with him, so he would have known this stuff, even though, again, I don't care for RVD. I don't think he's a liar, for the most part. Matter of fact, I think he's quite honest. He's never minced words about being a pothead, about, the Kratom. He's never minced words about that. He's actually talked about Kratom before. He's been extremely candid about all of that. So I have no reason to doubt him. He says that the divorce between Sabu, or Terry, and Hitomi, his wife, wasn't actually finalized. They've been separated for years. And if they're legally separated, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Then why does she have to sign off on the investigation? First of all, since when does anyone have to sign off on an investigation if there's a police investigation? But also, excuse me, I'm a little tired. And also, I take a medication that causes yawning. It's one of the side effects. That's why I will yawn continuously sometimes. The only way I can see that might be possible is because he died unattended and in his sleep, from what I understand, that it's possible that they want her to sign off in order to... Okay, my friend died in his sleep at home. His father found him, and his parents said, we don't want an autopsy, and he said, that's fine because I think this was natural anyway. Okay. Excuse me. We won't go there. I think that he probably had... They should have known. Anyway, should have wanted to know, in my opinion, what the cause was. But anyway. So... Because they were willing to go with that. The ME didn't do a didn't do an autopsy. Apparently, in this case, the ME would like to, but he needs Hitomi's signature. And Hitomi wants nothing to do with any of it. Well, if that's the case, there's two things here that I think. One, why can't she say, let Paulina do it, which is Sabu's sister, who apparently may have been the one that found it. She's the one that's there. He and Hitomi have been separated for years. He had an entire relationship with a woman, with Melissa Coates, who passed away from COVID, that he never got over. So why on earth would you have to ask her at all? Why does she have to be a part of it? To me, after that long of a separation, after over a year, in this case it's been years, been 5-6 years. Well, I mean, his girlfriend died 4 years ago in 2001. So you figure they were together a couple years before that. So they've probably been separated 6 or 8 years. So why on earth would she even matter at this point? To me, once you're separated legally for a certain amount of time, why doesn't the court stay in and say, poop or get off the pot? Only, it's another word, but I'm not using that word because I'm on camera. That word I would use. I do not use the F word. And a couple of other words I don't use. That word I will use, but not on camera. Poop or get off the pot. Either get divorced, get back together, figure out what you're doing. And why not after that many years? Say after 5 years. Call it a legal divorce by default. You know? The thing is, because they never legally divorced, she's going to inherit his entire estate, which is a lot of money. So why should she benefit from the death of a man she cares so little about that she won't even let his family have the closure? To me, she should have said, ask Paulina. I'm handing it off to Paulina. And then ask his sister as his next of kin to do it. I have family situations that, and friend situations that, I was thinking about a family member and how they let his ex-wife determine everything. Excuse me. Like I said, it's a side effect of one of my meds that happens sometimes, and I just yawn and yawn. So I don't understand that myself. But why not let Paulina sign off and say, yes, do the autopsy, figure out what killed my brother? You know? Let her do it. Even if you're not interested, don't make the Brunk family suffer because you're not interested. Because she's not interested. You know? And they had moved on, so why can't they be considered divorced? That's what I want to know. Anyway. As far as like the kratom goes, I've heard of it. I've heard about like people using it and stuff like that. I've heard RVD talk about it in the past. I may have even heard Sabu talk about it. Excuse me. I have heard Benoit talk about it. That doesn't say much. It's popular among the wrestlers. I've seen whole things about it, like online, on TV and stuff. Because some teenagers were ending up dead. I think from doing something stupid in the hallucination or the psychosis that it causes. Again, things that shouldn't be happening when you're about to wrestle. They described him as bouncing off the bed after they gave it to him, his people. Say what now? It also causes tachycardia, which is an elevated heart rate. Need a tissue. Hold on. Okay. Allergy season, and I have a cold. Which is part of the reason I'm yawning. Is I have a cold and it's wiping me out. Yeah, I personally think that there will be questions until answers come. And answers can't come until someone signs the papers. So hopefully they'll let his sister so that the family can have, oh good gosh, excuse me, closure. And his fans. Was I a huge fan of Sabu? No. Was I a fan of what he could do? Absolutely. Excuse me. Speaking of drugs, I gotta fill my bookcase for tomorrow. And the next day. Doo-dee-doo. Goodness gracious. Excuse me. I'm also freezing, but that doesn't help. So, God bless you. God bless the Brunk family. And I'll see you next Wednesday. I suspect there might be a dark side of the ring on Sabu next season. But what we'll do is after the season is over, we'll come up with a list of what we think might come up next season. So, God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you next Wednesday on this channel. Friday on Kid Missing. And tomorrow on Punky's World. Well, later today. Because this video will go up tomorrow. God bless you. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 30 by the 4th of July. And please join us at the Douglas Municipal Center Gymnasium, because it used to be a high school, anytime between September 13th and October 25th, 2025. For Museum on Main Street, Voices and Votes, presented by the Douglas Historical Society and the Smithsonian Institution. We are very excited, very proud, and very humbled to have this opportunity that only 6 towns in the entire state have. And thank you to Mass Humanities for choosing us. Bye, guys. God bless you.